Hello ladies and gentlemen, this is SoFlo Josh and we're here at Acura of Pembroke Pines to film this 2025 Acura ADX A-Spec Advanced for y'all. With that being said, I want to give a huge shout out to Acura of Pembroke Pines for allowing me to film this vehicle. If y'all are interested in purchasing any vehicle whatsoever from them, make sure to go ahead and contact Pepe. He'll be able to assist you. So underneath the hood lies the company's 1.5 liter turbocharged 4-cylinder producing 190 horsepower and 179 pound-feet of torque straight through a CVT transmission to either the front wheels or all wheels. So this is Acura's entry-level model, the ADX. Now it sits right below the RDX and it is based heavily on the same exact global platform that's used for the Integra, the HRV, the Civic, as well as the CRV. So let's go ahead and talk about the styling. Now, as many of you know from my channel, I used to own a Honda HRV, which this is heavily based on. And let me tell you something, right off the bat, the styling looks phenomenal, especially in person. I know many people were very indifferent with the design choice that Acura went with this model, but I think it looks really good. So up at the front, we get the diamond pentagon grille we see in every other model. We get your Acura safety sense down in the middle as well, with the iconic Acura logo right there. We get your forward-facing camera. Yes, this is the A-Spec Advanced package, so you're gonna go ahead and see 360 degrees camera. We get your front sensors all across it, and then also the headlights have actually changed. So unlike the other models that have a quad beam for the headlight unit, the projector beams, we actually only have one. Now this actually factors as a high beam assist and as your main beam assist right there. We got your DRL chicane style running light that turns into your turn signal that glows of course in orange, and in this lower section we have the gloss black finish with an actual fog light. So we do have fog lights, unlike the HRV. The HRV doesn't even have that whatsoever. And then down the middle of the lower part of the grille, we do get a gunmetal gray finish, and I actually quite like that design choices they went for to kind of divide it up a little bit with the overall coloring. Now, as you see in the hood, we get the line that goes down the middle just like every other Acura product, and we also have this line that curves upward onto the fender area. Speaking about this section right here, as you see, gloss black finish for the wheel arch area, and then we have 19-inch wheels as well, so they look really good. They're riding on Continental tires. A-Spec badging right there. And let's just take the overall side profile of this vehicle compared to what we see in other vehicles within the Acura lineup. I think this looks really good, very aggressive. It gives it a really nice stance, especially with these body lines that carry from the front fender and then go and taper upward into this rear D-pillar section. I just think it looks fantastic. We even got some body lines in the lower section which mimics that of what we see in the Integra as well as the other products within its lineup. Like I said, gloss black all around the lower section of this vehicle. And then getting to the back, we have a unique spoiler at the rear for this model. So yes, we do have a unique spoiler. It looks different. It does not look like anything else that's currently on the market for this segment. And you can even get an optional rear tailgate spoiler that would go right across over here. I think it looks really good with the 2-tier spoiler. I would actually recommend getting that. Now the taillights at the back, full LED tail lights, so you still have that chicane style tail lights, your turn signal as well as your reverse light right there, full LED ADX badging, all-wheel drive Acura logo, and you have your A-Spec. And then we do have a faux diffuser at the back with that same gloss gunmetal gray finish as well, dual exhaust outlet for the 1.5 liter turbocharged engine. And then getting into the rear tailgate area, this model does come with a power tailgate, which is something that was left out of the HRV. It's actually very useful, and it comes standard with a tonneau cover. The HRV doesn't. The HRV, you had to actually get this weird $198 tonneau cover, which was ridiculous, and it was like flimsy. You can fold it. I hated that. I did not like it. We do get a 12 volt back here. We do have LED lights all across on the side. You got your subwoofer for your Bang & Olufsen system, and then we got some little cubby space right there to put everything. We got a jack, we even got a little cap there. So the tailgate does have a feature where you press this button right here, and if you're walking away and you're getting into your car, it will automatically shut for you. So that's going to be a great feature whenever you just want to easily shut it, walk away, and then maybe get into the car or go ahead and actually get into your house. Now let's talk about the interior. So the interior has a very uniquely designed door card. This is nothing that you see in any other Acura products or any other Honda products. So we get this nice soft touch at the very top with a red accent over here. So depending on what kind of interior color you have, maybe you get the white one, you'll have white, and then you also have the blue inserts right here. So this one has the red with the micro suede black insert. We got a neural design for this gloss black section. You got your door handle memory seating for this vehicle. You got your Bang & Olufsen speaker grill right there, window switch gear, and you have power folding mirrors. So you can go ahead and easily power fold your mirrors right there, which is very nice. I actually like the fact that whenever you put your vehicle in reverse, the side mirror over there on the right will actually lower down so you can easily see. Soft padding with the nice stitching all across, an area to put your bottle or any snacks whatsoever. Speaker grill right there, A-Spec right there as well, and then you have these nice seats here with the micro shades on the outside. These are the ventilated seats. So let's get into the interior. Let's shut the door. So when it comes into the whole entire interior design, so let's go ahead and talk about what's right in front and center. The new steering wheel. So we get a flat bottom design, which is something you don't see in the Integra A-Spec or the Integra Type S whatsoever. Perforation down the side, red stitching all across it as well. Very nice design. We got a heated steering wheel, which is something new for Acura, because they used to have it where the dealership would add it as an accessory when it would get here. Now they have it from the factory. So a heated steering wheel from the factory for this A-Spec Advanced package with the A-Spec badging right down the middle. Nice silver trim across. And then back here we do have the, you know, metal shifters as well. So these metal shifters are completely new to the brand. I think they feel more of something you would find in the Acura NSX, the last generation that just went out of production a couple years ago. Really nice. We got the metal, you know, start stop button right there to turn on your vehicle. 10.2 inch digital gauge cluster down the middle. It has a ton of information to go ahead and scroll through, which is very nice. We even get an area where you could switch a ton of things over here. Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, everything is embedded into this display right here, which is super cool. I really like the way it looks. High quality as well, and depending on the drive mode that you're in, if you're normal, it's going to be gray. Comfort is blue. Snow is going to be white. And then if you go up to sport mode, you do get it finished in red, which is pretty nice. I like the way it looks. But overall, this middle section has completely changed all in all. I mean, it looks nothing like what you find in the Integra at all. We get a area right here that comes straight down with the neural design that I said about the door card area for this gloss black section. We get a silver accent line that goes across here where you have your first cup holder down the middle, and then you also have a ton of space in this center console area as well. You got your shifter right here finished with the red stitching, individual mode, your drive mode, auto start stop, hill descent control, and your emergency parking brake, as well as your brake hold. We get another cup holder down over here in the front where you could put your phone, and then you have a wireless charging pad with 2 USB Type-C's and a 12 volt, which is surprising because the HR-V that I had didn't even have a 12 volt over here, and since I got it when the chip shortages were going on, they didn't even have Type-C's whatsoever, even in the center section right over here where they would have it. You have your full physical climate control, something that a lot of brands are getting rid of. You know, one of the main brands that it's getting rid of is BMW. BMW has gone away from that, has everything embedded into the touchscreen. Acura is not going that way, luckily. They have physical buttons. We have heated and ventilated seats for this top trim model. We have auto climate controlled sync for your dual zone climate as well. We even get heated and ventilated seats for the passenger, which is quite nice. I also like this design that we have here. It's kind of like a brushed aluminum design with the same stitching on the top section, finished in red, and then down the middle we have your 9-inch touchscreen display. So every ADX comes with the 9-inch touchscreen display, but the A-Spec Advanced model actually comes with the Google embedded system. So this one does come with the Google embedded system. It's free for 3 years, I believe. It's complimentary by Acura that they have in here, so just know that you will be able to have that. Now when you put it into reverse, you actually have a large screen, so you can change the actual design of how you want to have it. So if you just want to have like the smaller section with the whole entire 360 degrees camera, you can go ahead and do that. Or if you want to just have it where the main backup camera is, you can do that as well. Now popping it back into park, I want to show you something. Look at that side mirror really quick. Putting into reverse, it does roll down a little bit so you could see what's on the curve section. So really nicely designed by Acura. Now let's go ahead and get into the back. Now getting into the rear seat area, so this door card right here is actually finished in a hard plastic, but I mean, then again, you got to think about it. It is an entry-level model. This is something that you actually find in the competition. They typically have hard plastic at the rear, not soft plastic. We do got a tweeter bill right there for your Bang & Olufsen speaker system, speaker grill right there, and then we also have the same stitching with red accent all across it. Now these seats actually can be easily folded from inside the cabin right here. As you see, it does fold flat, so as you're actually folding the top section of the seats, the bottom section will begin to lower itself, so you have more of a flatter loading section for putting things into the rear. But getting into the interior, let's go ahead and close the door. Solid sounding thunk, I will say that, which is a very good thing, you know, which is something you would expect from a premium vehicle. We do get rear climate vents. This is something that was gone in the HRV. We got 2 USB Type-Cs, another thing that was gone, and another thing that was gone was a fold out rear cup holder area. So yes, we have cup holders right here, so your kids or any adults sitting back here can go ahead and easily do. Right above us we have a panoramic sunroof. Now the panoramic sunroof actually doesn't go all the way to the rear seat area, so it doesn't actually, you know, intrude lighting into the people who are sitting into the back. It's kind of just bringing light into like the knee section area, but it is a large sunroof right there. Tons of leg room as well. This is exactly where I'd be sitting. I would say maybe probably 4 inches of overall leg room, and it feels really good back here. I like the overall way these seats feel. Now these seats do not recline, they only just stay in its actual section. And then when it comes to the headspace, there is a little notch right here to go ahead and fit taller people. So 6 foot tall, I sit comfortably behind myself, and even if I were to go ahead and sit upright, I still have space. Now you do have some touch capacitive rear lights right there, so you do have that there, which is pretty nice, and you actually get a microphone back here. So if you're talking to mama or grandma, whatever you guys like to call it, the kids back here will be able to speak to her on the phone when it comes to the speaker. But sitting back here, really nice. It doesn't feel, you know, claustrophobic or anything like that. Feels fantastic. But with that being said, let's go ahead and take this puppy off for a drive. All right, so let's go ahead and put it into drive. Very straightforward and down. Let's go ahead and take it out to this road and let's see how this model performs. Now, like I mentioned, 1.5 liter turbocharged 4-cylinder. This one produces 190 horsepower and 178 pound-feet of torque, and it is mated to a CVT transmission. Now the CVT transmission in this vehicle is actually tuned and calibrated a little bit different compared to that of what you found in the Honda HRV. It is a little bit more sport tuned than anything else, but taking it on this road, pressing down on the gas, it feels really good. It gets up to speed extremely fast, you know, what you would expect. The HRV was very, you know, lacking in power, only 158 horsepower. It just does not feel good. This feels a lot more peppier, even in comfort mode. We're actually gonna, you know, throw it into sport mode and take it down this road off to the right. So let's see how it feels. giving it a little bit more gas. We're actually gonna come and put on the brakes. Brakes actually feel very solid as well. And then going around this corner, oh yeah, that feels good. You know what? It actually feels really good for a compact CUV. I think it feels adequate enough. The amount of power that you have underneath the hood, the all-wheel drive system actually feels really good. Even though this isn't super handling all-wheel drive system, it does feel good, and when you press down on the gas, it immediately goes. You know, this is exactly what you expect from a CVT transmission, but nonetheless a sport-tuned CVT transmission. So let's go ahead and talk about the overall like cabin noise, MVH. So far driving here, I do notice a little bit of sound coming from this section, which is something that my HRV actually had. So it seems like that's something that kind of carried over, unfortunately, but it does sound good. I mean, you barely hear the tires that's on this vehicle being intrusive into the cabin space. So it's not going to be bad whatsoever. It's going to be good. A lot of silence whenever you are driving it. Now, when you do have it in sport mode, of course, you know, you're going to be able to hear more of that like augmented engine sound, but nonetheless, it's still fantastic. You know, I think it's a really great thing that Acura went ahead and produced this vehicle. And the reason why I say that is because they've been missing out on one of like their biggest market areas. You know, the X1 has been around for quite some time, the Audi Q3, as well as the Mercedes equivalent. I mean, Mercedes always changes their name, so it's, you know, it's always hard to tell exactly what's what, but turning radius wise, that feels good as well. And then throwing it down, very adequate amount of space. I mean, you're gonna have more power, more torque than what you find in the HRV. This is honestly a better buy to get than the HRV. If you can spring the money and, you know, you have enough money to go ahead and buy something like this, go ahead and do it. I think this is a lot better. Don't buy the HRV, buy this instead. I think it just feels better. It's a lot nicer. The cabin space feels a lot more roomier actually, even though, you know, you had that kind of like center console area where it kind of caved in a little bit. This feels a lot more roomier, and the seats hug you a lot better as well. Like the bolstering on the side and even the lower section just feels phenomenal. And mind you, I had the sport trim of the HRV, but when you think about it, that kind of aligns with A-Spec. You know, even though the top trim did have those faux leather seats, this one is full leather. You know, this is full leather. They're breathable. Let me go ahead and actually put on the ventilated seats really quick to see how they actually feel. Oh yeah, they cool down really quick, and they're a little noisy, but you know what, I can live with that, especially living here in Miami. Now we're gonna take it down this road again. We're actually gonna put it back into sport mode, and we're gonna see how it overall performed. All right, so let's go ahead and go back onto this main road and give it a little bit of gas. As you hear, the augmented sound of the engine does come through when you put it into sport mode. Flooring it a little bit. Very good, gets you up to speed extremely fast. With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, I want to give a huge thanks to Acura of Pembroke Pines for allowing me to film this vehicle. If you guys and gals are interested in purchasing this vehicle whatsoever, make sure to go ahead and contact Pepe. He will be able to assist you, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.